All right, everybody, welcome to Wealthy Wednesday. Do me a favor, if you can hear us loud and clear, go ahead and put your city and state in the chat. Let us know where you're chiming in from. Let us know what it is that you also do. I'm telling you, every time we have these opportunities where you can introduce yourself, we have been finding people have been connecting and networking and building business beyond the stream. So go ahead and put your city and state in the chat, and we're about to get started. Well, hello, everybody. Welcome into Real Vision Avant. Hey, and let me shout out. We have some people that are watching us live right now. Let me go ahead and shout you guys out because I appreciate you for being here. We have LaDonna Watson out of Atlanta, Georgia. We have Mignona, I hope I said that right, Vickers out of Atlanta, Georgia. We've got Dr. Kamika Henson out of Macon, Georgia. Welcome, everybody, and welcome to everybody else who is watching us. If you're not watching live, you can still participate in the chat by letting us know where you're chiming in from, and also introduce yourself. Let us know what it is that you do. Tell us where, what kind of business you're in, who do you serve, how do you serve them, because you just never know. Somebody may be watching this replay or even watching the live and looking for the services that you offer. Well, listen, I am so thrilled because this is another edition of Wealthy Wednesday, where we get a chance to hear from amazing authors, amazing speakers, amazing coaches who are literally changing the world with their words. Yes, darling, changing the world with their words. I tell you, I look forward to a Wealthy Wednesday because every Wednesday we're like meeting so many amazing people that are just doing some tremendous things, all unique in their own way. And I love that. So listen, if you are trying to be a part of this, the easiest way to join us in Wealthy Wednesdays is to join us in the Book Profits Club family. So listen, if you want to know more about BPC, I'll tell you more about that at the end of the broadcast. But we're here to interview an amazing woman. So without further ado, I'm just going to go ahead and bring her on and introduce her really quickly so we can get straight into the interview. Are y'all good with that? Okay, well, let me bring her on. Yolanda Zachary-Wesley is a professional writer, artistic designer, acclaimed author, evangelist, and life coach. With a background in customer service and the beauty industry, she's been an accountant, customer service clerk at the Fulton County Sheriff's Office, owned a nail and beauty salon, and managed Lancôme Cosmetics. Y'all, I am getting tongue-tied with all of these amazing things she has done. Yolanda pursued education, earning degrees in business and a master's in leadership. Her resourcefulness shines as she blends different artistic passions into her successful self-published book, Spiritual Makeover System, created with a touch of divine inspiration. Yolanda aims to share her positive thoughts and creativity with others, encouraging them to take a leap of faith and believe possibilities through Christ. Ladies and gentlemen, Yolanda Zachary-Wesley. And let's do this. Hey. So hello, Yolanda. Welcome to Wealthy Wednesday. I am just so thrilled to have you here, and child, hopefully everything is translating good on the side of the broadcast. But I want to get to know who you are, Yolanda. You're part of the BPC family. You're an author, you're a speaker, and you are here today to talk about faith. So first, before we get into all that, honey, you got a lot of titles. How did you get to where you have decided to become a published author? And then we'll get deeper into the topic of what you talk about.
Okay. Hello to everyone, and I'd like to thank you, Taria Avant, for having me on Wealthy Wednesdays. How I began as an author, as a young youngster, maybe I guess I was about 6 years old, I really got into writing. And as I grew through the years, I learned that writing was an expression. And I always used, at that time, they had what you would call diaries. We had diaries. We didn't have journals back then, but I started as a teen to write poems. And I found out that I was able to create expression through writing and expressing myself because at the time I was the only child. So as at that point, I began to express myself to myself. And what I mean by that is just coming up with affirmations and just learning different techniques and skills of how to express how I would think about certain subjects or things or people. And that is basically how I became an author. And through the years, I didn't think I had enough confidence to actually write a book or publish a book. And I later in my adult years, while in college, because I didn't go back to school until my two um, adult children finished high school. And I went back to school and became, went through the process of getting my bachelor's and master's. And by a couple of professors says, hey, you should write a book. And also through working in retail at the time, I began to just think of different ways to be creative to write. And I was inspired from just women in general and different conversations and expressing how we could inspire each other. And I got to that point of just journaling and did my research and became an author. And it has truly been a good journey, but the journey is not over yet.
Amen. Well, listen, absolutely. I'm with you on that. The journey is never over. When we make a decision to write these books, that's just literally the beginning of it all, right? It's all about first writing that book and now being able to market it. And I'm so glad because you are part of the BPC family. And that's our mission here, to be able to show you how to take that book to the next level. But, you have a topic that is very unique. You decided to write about faith. And I think I talk about faith a lot. Like, I talk about what the meaning of faith looks like. How does it look like to operate in faith? What is the opposite of faith? But what made you decide that you wanted to make your book about the topic of faith?
I began to learn through retail and cosmetics and meeting different women from each corner of the world and just throughout life that I felt like they needed more motivation. And I would hear women talk about the things and goals they wanted to achieve, but never had a plan to achieve those goals. So I began to encourage, different women throughout my walk of life to do strive for their goals and just be um, focused on the things they would want to do in life. And faith came about just through my experience through, as a little girl, again, going to church, performing in church, singing in church, and everything was always, inspiration has always inspired me in the sense of inspiring others, being able to give and share inspiration and to whomever or to whatever cause. So that has been my journey again, just to inspire and encourage women. I began to realize that the more I shared, the better I felt.
Amen to that. Oh, honey, that is a testimony right there. I promise you, I know exactly what you mean by the fact, the more that you share, the more it helps you. I believe in that wholeheartedly. When you talk about your journey of overcoming faith, you talk about what you've been through and how you've pushed through, it's like a source of healing. And at the same time, you're healing and helping other individuals. Well, listen, I know that in your book, this is, we're talking about faith and the strategy of operating in faith. So if you could, I know you have some tips that you could give to our listeners on how to be able to operate in faith. So go ahead, share those tips with us.
Okay, well, these tips actually formed into the book, my second book, which is called The Faith Builder. And I've always listened to people throughout the years talk about faith. I have faith. I can use my faith. I'm strong in faith. But as I began to really analyze and watch people, I realized that they knew about faith, but they didn't actually know or have a plan to build upon faith. I believe faith, yes, it is the thing, a thing that we all have, but it lies dormant if you don't use it to its highest potential. And I came up with a system. I figured writing a book would be the best way to do this, so I did strategize it. And in that system, one of the things that I talk about in the book is actually taking an inventory of yourself, meaning your faith. Give yourself a rating. Where are you in your life with actually sticking to and focusing on the things that you want in life? Or how do you react when you have the faith and the potential to do something, but it doesn't turn out quite the way you expected it to? Do you get up, dust yourself off, and start over again? Well, that strategy, ladies and gentlemen, is called, one of the strategies is called just taking time out to do an inventory on yourself. Are you weak? Do you have a foundation for your faith? Because we know in the book, as I reference, in order to build a house, we must make sure that we have a strong foundation. And what I mean by foundation, your spiritual man, your spiritual foundation, because if you have a failing spirit, you can't go forward and you can't stay focused if you're not strong in your faith. So we must have a strong foundation. And the strong foundation a lot of times just consists of not doubting, not having a lot of unbelief in yourself, and then staying focused constantly, being consistent about that thing that you have faith in, or that purpose for what you want to do. Consistency is one of our biggest, I think it has been a flaw of mine, but I've learned through life by pushing my faith into consistency, I get good results. So we must learn to, I think it's a good thing to even journal or write down the things that you want to do to stay in faith and to stay focused. That is a part of your strategy, because if you're not consistent, that's going to throw you off. But being consistent spiritually, I know me personally, I am a spiritual person, so I have a regimen every morning. When I wake up, I do my devotions. Once I do my devotions, I go into meditation. Now, there are different types of meditation. Everyone can choose whatever type of meditation you like, but that's important because that's going to get you focused for your day. Once you've focus for your day and you decided what is it, God, that you will have me to do, or whatever spiritual act you're taking, allow it to line up with your focus and your plan for the day. As they say, the Bible says, write the vision and make it plain. If we're not writing it down, then we can't stay focused to have a plan. So that is one of the strategies or two. And I absolutely believe that once we've critiqued and followed all these instructions and heard the voice of God, in my case, through my meditation and my devotion, then we have to apply it. Because we know if we don't use the tools to apply it, then we're not going to accomplish anything. Faith without works is dead. So there you have not having the opportunity to put the faith to work is failure. So we have to stay focused even in our spiritual realm of building our faith to go forward. I know a lot of people that have been successful or have successful goals, but at the same time they found out and they look behind and people ask them, well, what did you do? I stayed focused. But what was the foundation of all of your plans and your focus in life? And it was spirituality. It was staying focused. It was having a solid foundation spiritually to build upon and to go forward and to accumulate or to reach out to others, even to be successful. Um, People watch and they want to know, what was your foundation? What was your plan? I've seen many millionaires make it, and they always come back to that one thing. Some say meditation, or it's spiritually, at some point, it's a spiritual foundation. So that is a part of my strategy. And of course, I am a Bible believer, and I have many scriptures to give. And one is, you can't, we walk by faith and not by sight. We have to believe in what we want to achieve. We have to believe that those things that we call or see as though they are, then they will happen. And that is my strategy, a portion of my strategy for building your faith. And of course, we must walk by faith and not by sight.
Hold on, I got it muted. Ladies and gentlemen, well, y'all writing y'all notes. I mean, when you're taking your notes, because absolutely, she was dropping some major, major nuggets, and I really, really pray that you guys were taking your notes. Well, look, real quick, I want to do something because we're going to take a quick break, but I definitely want to shout out those of you guys who have been in the chat. Dr. Kamika, she put her introduction. She says, my name is Dr. Kamika Henson, and I help and I teach women and men how to properly grieve and heal through writing. Amen. We just talked about that, healing through the writing of it all, right? Yolanda Bell is here from Atlanta, Georgia. Mignona says, amazing. Lauren says he's here in from Atlanta, Georgia. Christy says, Atlanta, Georgia. Also, let's see. LaDanya says, I'm a parent liaison from the office clerk in Atlanta Public Schools District and a business owner. Won't he do it? Look, and then LaDanya says, come on, sis. Come on. I know we got to give her a little horn for that. Absolutely. We have Gethia out of Atlanta. I mean, Atlanta is heavily represented. I believe that y'all must be showing up to show your girl Yolanda some love here today. And she says, I love all the gems. Amen. Well, listen, I want to do two things. Two things I want to do for y'all. Number one, I want to show you guys something because we have been doing some incredible things. We have our Author All-Stars conference that's coming up and magazine, right? So let me just show you a couple of our amazing authors real quick. I want to show you what we're doing. Look at this. Do y'all notice this person right here? So look at this. We just came out with this amazing Forbes article, guys, on Forbes.one. And so our authors in this magazine, they were highlighted on this, and every single one of them received an incredible flyer so that they could go out and share to the world, share to the public, and let people know who they are. Right now, we have the opportunity. I clicked off of it. Right now, we have the opportunity for you guys to go and vote for our authors. If you want to vote for our authors, you can simply go to authorallstars.com, and then at the top you're going to see where you can vote for your favorite author like Yolanda as well. I hope that you guys go and vote and check out our amazing authors and what it is that they're doing here in this world and how they are changing this world, guys. As you can see, we have some beautiful men and women from all across the country that are being highlighted in this magazine. I'm trying to get through them all. Y'all, we have 50 authors. In fact, we actually have one more spot left. So by the time we get to next week, all of those spots will be gone. But another thing that I promised is we're going to show some commercials of them at the end of this broadcast. But I want to get back to our lady of the hour. Did y'all like those flyers? Right? Those flyers look good, right? They are doing their thing. And let me shout out to some of our new folks that have joined us today. We've got Angela Wynn out of South Carolina. Hello, Dr. Stevie Aisha Mills. What's going on? Angela Wynn says, I love it. We have Sherelle Rail. I like that. That's nice, right? Out of Douglasville, Georgia. Welcome in. Well, listen, ladies and gentlemen, we are here and we are having a conversation about a conversation about faith, and we're here with Yolanda Zachary-Wesley. Now, she has been having some really, really good talks with us, y'all. She is dropping some major nuggets, major information, and so I hope that you guys have been taking your notes. Have y'all been taking y'all notes? Okay, y'all been taking y'all notes. So the next question that I actually want to ask Yolanda is we're going to get a little deeper, okay? And so in regards to having faith, right? I believe that either you have faith or you have fear, right? And in faith, I feel is a representation of love, and fear is a representation of the opposite, right? And so how can we operate in faith? And my question to you, Yolanda, is do you believe that having faith, is the key to life? Go ahead and share with me.
I definitely believe it is, because mainly, like I said, I do have a religious background, and according to the word in the Bible that I read, the Lord says it is impossible to please him without faith. So he's my first love. So I take it very seriously, and not just from there, but I have witnessed so many people in life that have, in the church and out of the church, that have had dreams and goals and were down to the last second of the day, but that faith carried them through to the promise that God had made them. So I believe that faith to me is like currency. There are different levels of faith. If I don't use my currency or cash in my currency, then I don't get good results. I don't get good results. So I believe that faith is the currency to life. If you don't have faith, you have nothing. You have nothing.
Mm-hmm. Let me tell y'all something. I'm so with you. Now, can I even ask you this? Can we dig a little deeper? Because, you wrote a book about this, and now you have a second edition. First, I definitely want to know, what is it that you're adding that's new to the second edition of your book that's coming out? But, we talk about what it looks like to operate in faith. We talk about, that you got to have it. I even remember when I was going through my toughest times, and I would reach out to people, and they just, give me a scripture, but I was numb inside, literally numb, Yolanda. And I didn't really know how to get out of that space. And so what do you say to the person right now that's like, well, that sounds good, and the steps sound great, but Yolanda, right now, it's just not for me. I don't know how to get out of this funk that I'm in so that I can go ahead and deposit my faith checks. What do you say to that person?
I always, and I've used this many of times, I ask that individual, how are you living now? And they say, what do you mean? I say, are you breathing? And the light bulbs sometimes come on, and they say, well, of course I'm breathing. Okay, well, you had faith enough to breathe. You made the opportunity for yourself to breathe. You made the opportunity for yourself to get up and out of bed. It took faith to do that. Even though it is the size of a mustard seed, yes, it is, but it grows as you continue to push and thrive and trust in your God or your spirit, because you need that inner building, and you need the inner faith. Now, the second part of this book is dealing with dimensions, and that's where we take the spirit and we go deeper to rise that person up, because there are different dimensions in life. There are different levels of faith. So that part of the book, it's in the book, but it's as you grow, you have humbling faith. You have the faith that's focused. You have failed faith. That's people who just don't believe. They choose fear over faith. So in that individual's mind, they have to know that this universe has special things that are designed for you to make it. And that one thing is the breath that you breathe. We can start there. That's a start. You're breathing. Then we move into moving. Once we move, we start putting action to the movement and a plan. And then we start to fly. Then that's that higher faith where you almost walking on water. Nobody can tell you that you can't make it. Nobody can tell you that you can't achieve it. And that's my pride and joy. It really is.
You know, I have never thought about it like that, in that way of the smallest things. And it's funny that I've never thought about it like that, but I do talk about it because I talk about writing that in a book, like the stuff that you know how to do without even thinking about it. But we do it so much that we forget to remember that at one time it did take and require for us to have some kind of faith, right? When we get in a car and drive, it requires faith. Like you said, when we get up out the bed, it requires faith. But we don't give ourselves credit for that. And we allow ourselves to sit in those lonely spaces where we're like, I don't know if I got it, but we already do have it. We're moving in it. That's good. That's real good. Well, listen, I am looking forward to getting the second edition of your book. I can't wait for it to come out. I know that you're going to start pre-selling it, right? Okay. Yes. Pre-selling that thing and getting the word out. But let me ask you this. Is there anything that you feel that maybe we have not talked about just yet in alignment with faith, in alignment with move works, or whatever works look like? What does that look like too? Because, let me ask you, let's add this too, because I know you gave us the steps of, what we need to do, but now it's this world of where everybody is manifesting stuff, right? And as a believer, I say you got to be very, very careful about how you teach manifestation, because people will believe that, okay, if I just put the picture on the wall, then it's just gonna fall on my lap, right? And when they say faith without works, okay, well, the manifestation without the movement, I mean, if we just want to go ahead and tie it to a tie, then there still has to be something that is done. So what about the person who says, I'm just believing, I'm believing, but you're not necessarily seeing, but you know they have faith because, like you said, you see them moving. What kind of little tip could you give to them so that they can get into that action work? What would you give to them?
Just a quick strategy. We have different portals. We have the ear gates, we have the eye gates, we have, our mouths to speak. And by not putting these things to work, we can't get to the highest level of faith. And one is hearing. And with hearing, you have to be willing to hear the instructions that are being given to you, whether it's spiritually or, physically from someone. You have to then take that instruction and be inspired enough to put it to action. If we hear it, not just listen to it, but we listen to hear it and put action to it. I'll use myself as an example. I've all my life, thought about being an author. I thought about it for a long time, which meant it was in my mind and I was believing it. But at the same time, I had a little bit of doubt. But eventually, the instructions came to me and said, you just need to do it. Put action to it. Be inspired about it. Then we have to be able to speak about it. We walk through life every day and they tell you, be careful the words that you use. But I believe in prayer and affirmations. Speak to yourself, talk to yourself, talk yourself into being successful. I believe in doing that. And a lot of people into affirmations. And I believe in affirmations, but then you have to be careful with that too, because you don't want to set the podium too high where you failed at something that you really didn't plan out. Then I believe in seeing. Oh my goodness. I hear this all the time about the vision. And the Bible does. I believe in writing the vision and making it plain. If it's not in black and white, you don't have a plan from A to Z, then where are you going to go? And the last one I have is believing. Once again, that's where we're back at faith. You have to build upon your faith and know and strategize your own faith. Know which direction you're going, but if you don't see it first and you don't write the vision, then you can go nowhere. And the last but not at the very end. I always talk about applying. We hear so many nuggets through life. We take so many notes through life, but do we actually apply? Do we take those notes and those instructions and apply them to our lives so that we can manifest the things and the goals that we want for ourselves and families through life? And that's my method for manifestation.
I absolutely love it. I truly believe that, yes, I'm not saying that I don't believe in manifestation, because I absolutely do. I just want us to make sure that we attach some kind of works behind it, right? We attach movement. It says faith without works. You never hear a scripture that says faith without faith and just faith it. No, you got to work it too, right? And so we have to be careful when we're just only believing by looking instead of doing. And I love what you said, you know, the different channels that God has given us, and might I even say what you said, like, you know, what you're listening to, what you're watching, what you're touching, what you're smelling, all of the senses that God has given us apply to our faith. You know how I know there is some good food downstairs in my office? It's a restaurant connected to us. I know it's some good food because I can smell. I have faith that the food is good downstairs. They got some good pizza and I can smell it, okay? They've got these croissants. I could smell the croissants. So my faith was operated by the smell, the sense that God, ooh, girl, you done deposited some new ideas on me now. This is good. Well, look, do me a favor, because Yolanda, now this really has clicked for me, because I know for a fact when I was going through my deepest moments and I knew that I needed to do some work, but I wasn't using all of the senses, which also connected to me being in depression. It connected to me being disconnected. It connected to me not wanting to move and take action and do the things that I know that will get me into the right headspace. Yolanda, how can someone get in touch with you? Because I know that you have more goodies and more nuggets to offer. What do they need to do so they can connect with you and chat with you?
I have a page on Facebook that's called Girlfriend's Table, and you can message me there. And I actually have an ebook to give out, but you will have to join the Girlfriend's Table group, and I'll be more than happy to give you the ebook, and it's called Manifestation Secrets.
And I already know that those secrets are going to be nice. So listen, ladies and gentlemen, if you go to Facebook and just simply search, hold on, let me pull her back up.
Girlfriend's Table, just straight Girlfriend's Table. And you can join the group. And in the group, I will give you the ebook, and it's called Manifestation Secrets.
Yes. Well, I love it. I love it. I think that we all need to get those secrets to the manifestation. Yes, we should still do the work. We should still say the affirmations. We should still put up the pictures, because I'm always going to do that as well. I have pictures of money all over me. I remember I went and bought that prop money. You know, the prop money that looked like real money. I put the prop money literally all over the place. I wanted to be used to being accustomed to being able to have just big wads of it, right? If I want to, right? Whatever I want when I want, right? And so, yes, make sure you go to Facebook and search Girlfriend's Table. Get that free ebook from our sister Yolanda, so that she can help you with them secrets on how to truly manifest, right? So what it takes to actually get what you have put on your vision boards and make that happen for your life. And those deeper steps into faith, I'm sure that you guys are going to get an opportunity to learn how you could be a part of her second book, okay? Because that's what we definitely teach. But y'all, what another amazing interview. All I can tell you is this: I got some major nuggets. I can't wait to even just really just sit down and ponder on, am I using all my senses? How am I using my senses to operate in faith? How do they affect the way that I feel? That was amazing. And then following her steps that she gave us, I wrote down a ton of notes that I cannot wait to get back to. Well, listen, if you enjoyed this, I need y'all to do me a favor. Please give this a thumbs up. Can y'all go ahead and give us a thumbs up right now on the good YouTube? Give us a thumbs up. And also, please make sure to turn on your notifications, because guess what? Starting next month, we're going to start doing giveaways every Wealthy Wednesday. Honey, we're going to start doing all type of giveaways. So, baby, you got to be with us live, though. So, if you join us live, you might get an opportunity to win a different gift that we're going to be offering every single Wednesday. But you must also give us a thumbs up and please turn on those notifications so you don't miss it. But look, I want to introduce you to a couple of our amazing author all-stars. These are some of our authors that you can actually vote for, and tickets do not go on sale until October the 1st. I think we have about 20 tickets that we'll be able to sell because we're going to be sold out. All right, so check out our authors.
Hello, I'm Nishika Melton, and I work with entrepreneurs and future entrepreneurs to help them break free from the cycle of identity crisis that's prevented them from fulfilling and seeing their God-given purpose. Last year, as an author all-star, you guys voted me to the top 10. This year, as a two-time author all-star, I need your votes for Author of the Year. My book, Breaking Free, My Purpose is Waiting on Me, is a timeless book that has helped people identify whatever chains and bondage has been holding them back from fulfilling their God-given purpose. And that book will continue to do that. But I need your votes. I need your votes as Author of the Year. So spread the word, because this book will continue to impact people across the country. It is doing its job, but I need your help. So don't forget, Nishika Melton, Author of the Year. Thank you in advance for your votes. Be blessed.
I am Brittany Petty, and I help teens and young adults to overcome their mental health challenges so they can confidently achieve their goals, attend college, develop a trade, or start a business. I believe I should be nominated for Author of the Year because I'm out here, I'm in the trenches, I am doing the work to help our teens and our young adults to overcome those mental health challenges. And I am so passionate about what I do day in and day out. Therefore, I believe I should be nominated because I love doing what it takes to help our teens and our young adults to have a solid foundation so they can be ready for the real world. We know in life it does not come with a manual, and therefore that is my job, is to help lead and guide our youth and get them ready as a mental health therapist. So remember, I am Brittany Petty, and I deserve to be nominated because I am here. I'm helping our teens and our young adults to overcome those mental health challenges, dig deep, deal with the inner child so they can be great.
Hi, my name is Alexandria Cunningham, the author of Steeping, a teacher guide to extracting childhood trauma through the power of tea. Through my book, I guide teachers on a journey of harnessing mental health as they deal with their own ACE scores, the adverse childhood experiences. Through tea, I guide you to unpack your childhood trauma while dismantling that of the student. That is why you should vote for me. Alexandria Cunningham is your Author All-Star of the Year.
Hi, I'm Megan Henry. I'm an actor, author, speaker, and storyteller, and I'm passionate about reminding people of the truth of who they really are and shifting out of their disempowering stories. I believe that you should vote for me for Author of the Year because my book is a call to action. It's a call to action out of criticism and condemnation into curiosity and compassion for ourselves and the world at large. I believe one of the most popular and important spiritual virtues of gratitude is actually limiting, myopic, and it can be toxic. I suggest celebrating all areas of our lives, including our most uncomfortable triggers, because there's lessons and blessings and opportunities in them to come into greater levels of love and appreciation for who we are and the world around us.
Hello and welcome to this exclusive breaking news story. People across the nation have been going absolutely apeshit for this new book, and stores can't quite seem to keep it on their shelves. Take a look at this. Crowds across...
Everybody, get in here. Oh my God, you need to vote for me for Author of the Year because I am dynamic public speaking strategist coach Ernie Peppers here, and I help women entrepreneurs who are broke or financially stagnated in their business because they fear speaking publicly. But in less than 30 days, I turn all that around. I increase their communication skills by 50%, and I increase their business revenue by $3,000 or $5,000 a month or even more.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't we have some incredible authors? I told y'all, make sure y'all go to authorallstars.com. You'll be able to see where you can actually vote for them and be able to select your favorite author, okay? And so we are on the run to the author of the year, as well as our top 20 authors. Listen, this has been another incredible show. I pray that you guys enjoyed our sister, Yolanda, who is impacting the world with her words, talking about faith, man, talking about making things work, manifesting the things that you desire through your faith, right? And so I am so excited again. God, y'all, let me tell you, we got another show next week at the same time, at the same place. All you got to do is turn on that notification. And don't forget, we're going to be doing giveaways as well. So I hope to see you on next week. God bless you all. And I pray that your day was full of peace, prosperity, and happiness, and everything in between. Till then, I'll holla.